thought we'll just have a informal chat on something that concerns humanity and its future. All of us are aware of this. Every year it gets even more intense, the problem. This year we had flooding in Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, and then we had floods in Germany and large parts of Europe, Belgium, and such places. China had floods. Siberia, which is supposed to be ice cold, had forest fires. Australia, forest fires. And the list is endless. California, forest fires. US floods in New York area. So this cannot be freak. I mean, in the past, we used to have one or two stray incidents once in 3-4 years in one part of the world. But today it is almost predictable like clockwork that you will be damn sure every country will get impacted. The other thing which is worth thinking about is the Saudi Arabia and Oman had snowfall. So what the hell is happening if you ask? There is something terribly wrong. Now one can sit back and cry and say that kuch nahi kar sakte hain. This is the retribution of the divinity or God for all the past pap or sins of humanity. But that's one thing, of course, while that may be true, what can we do about it in an individual capacity, in our collective family level, also in the company where we work? Can we sensitize people about these perils and in our own small way contribute to it? It has to start by companies' conscientious leaders at the top, or conscientious customers, or by regulation. And the sooner we do it, the better. There's no question. If it means that when I buy some Bisleri bottle, if there is a tax of 2 rupees or 5 rupees for that, and that money will be given back to me when I return the bottle in some way at some place. And today electronic payments and all that make it very seamless and possible. So there's a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs to sort of get into these type of things, and you people are all young creative minds, so you have to actually take charge. Forget about the old generation like mine. We have messed up enough the planet. So you guys have to take charge, like Rohit has said, that he's woken up to this reality because of friends suggesting that the planet will be screwed up by the time his kids come to some age. Okay, so there's no option but to do it. It may look currently infeasible, but entrepreneurship is all about making the impossible happen. As industry captains, which all of you would be moving to, at least you'll have voice in your companies, maybe 5 years after passing out of IIM, if not sooner. One is to proactively position yourself as a role model, as a company, as an individual, as a department, in this whole ecological crisis that is staring at us. And the other is reactively by the government. One fine day they'll get so desperate that they'll pass draconian rules and say, if you don't do it, you're dead. So this is the choice. So the sooner you wake up to the reality that this is not some pipe dream that some doomsday people are talking about, but something which is here and now, not in the distant future, the better it is for you, your company, and everybody. Let me just say that COVID has shown the way that it is possible to learn remotely, something which was unthinkable 2 years back. You yourself at IMU had, I think, 1 year at least of digital classrooms, and so also schools and so on. And also it has been demonstrated that large mega companies like TCS can have their employees essentially sit in their homes and work with equal efficacy, probably more. There's a lot of research done on this. Somebody is contesting, saying actually productivity is less. Somebody says, well, I'm actually working 24/7. All of you have experienced it. Also, many people have gone back to their hometowns rather than hang around in mega cities like Bangalore during this process, and they have found the beauty of working from remote locations with simple infrastructure like internet gear. They've been able to be very, very productive while attending to their farms and so on. So I think there is generally an appreciation that we have gone far too far too away from a natural way of living. And there is a very, very severe thinking on the part of those who like to use their brains to say that there are better ways. I think exemplar companies have been showing that, and even companies like TCS have declared that they don't see more than 50% of their workforce coming to work on any given day uh, in the long haul. And there are many, many attendant benefits because you reduce the real estate costs, this, that, and the other. Of course, homes have to be redesigned to create noise-free, especially in small homes like in Bombay, where do you have the luxury? And that has been the complaint of some of the students and workforce to say, how do we get quiet places to work? But all that will happen. There might be a time lag. Architects will come up with some nice, elegant designs where maybe 5 feet by 10 feet soundproof room where you don't feel suffocated. You can work in peace without the children or grandmother or somebody shouting or yelling. So all those will happen. These are COVID has shown a lot is possible. Back to the push from urbanization to reverse of urbanization, the push from classroom learning to remote learning, and then working from an office. So even in ISP right now, with the rules relaxed for the foreseeable future of many years, it's now that employees are expected to come only 2 days per week to work. Rest of the time they work from home. And if a certain manager of a department says, I don't need my people to come to office, they can work from home. That's also fine. Because otherwise there is also a lot of attrition. I have in my own department lost my star performer because she's got a 4-year-old child and she says, even those 2 days I can't come. So to that extent, there is a lot of pushback. People are used to it. It's all about quality of life issues. How do I balance both? It can't be one extreme that at work from home means somebody is chilling off all the time. So what sort of monitoring systems are there to see that they deliver? And work from home doesn't mean that the boss can call at 2 o'clock in the night and say, यार गधे क्या कर रहे थे? मैंने मेल भेजा 11 बजे अब तक रिप्लाई नहीं आया. So somewhere this balancing, but I think humanity as such, I would like to give credit to the fact that they are ingenious and they will find now that a direction has been shown. These are irreversible trends. Exemplar companies like Google have already announced that there's no need for employees to come to work ever, or large sections of them for particular functions.